Hi friends, welcome back to Solstice, day 2. Let's start out in the seat. Crisscross applesauce. Sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders down, away from your ears. Just relax the shoulders, relax the neck. We're going to close our eyes for a moment. Take a few deep breaths, becoming present on the mat. Doing our best to leave all of our stresses off of the mat during our practice. As we inhale, we're going to count to 4, and as we exhale, we're going to count to 8. Feel free to set an intention for your practice, or maybe for your day, or your month. Let's begin with a deep breath in, and empty out your exhale. Deep breath in. Empty out your exhale. One more time. Gently open your eyes. And let's bring the right arm out. We're going to hook the left elbow around the right arm and bring it in towards the chest. Feel free to open up through the fingers and close. Just warming up through the joints. And take it to the other side. Hook the right elbow and pull it in towards your chest. And just warm up through the fingers. Place the backs of the hands on the mat, and we're going to round through chin to chest and come back, round through, just warming up through the wrists and the forearms and the hands. And let's turn the fingers around, hands flat on the mat, and again round through. And we're going to face the front of our mat. Bring both feet in front, both legs in front as well. Bring the right foot and place it flat on the mat over that left leg. Make sure that foot is flat on your mat, sitting up nice and tall. You might need to adjust your seat just a bit. And we're going to wrap that left arm around the right leg and twist over to the right. Look over your right shoulder and take a deep breath. You should feel a nice stretch in that outer thigh and hip. This is a really great stretch because there's not a whole lot of, there's not a whole lot of stretches for that outside hip. I don't know why I'm losing my voice. Right leg down, left leg over, and flatten that foot again. We're going to wrap the right arm around this time and twist over to the left. Keeping that spine nice and straight. And take a deep breath here. And come on back to center. We're going to do a seated tree pose. So bring that right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Flex that left foot. We're going to turn our torso to face that left leg. Reach the arms up overhead. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe you grab onto that leg or hands down by on either side of that leg, or you grab your foot. Keeping the neck in line with the spine. Maybe you have a bend in that knee. And take a deep breath here. And come on up. Let's switch sides. Right leg comes out long, left leg on the inside of that thigh. Torso turns, facing that right leg, flex that foot. Arms overhead, deep breath in. And exhale, melt forward. Keeping that neck in line with the spine. Using the micro bend in that knee if it's more comfortable for you. And let's roll it up. Let's come on into tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to lift the belly button in and up. Right leg comes out, push back with that heel, get a nice stretch through the calf. And come back to neutral. We're gonna lift that right leg and keep it in line with the hip. Lift with the glute, keep it in line with the hip. Toes are pointed. And make sure you're breathing. Bring it on down. Left leg comes out, push back with that heel, get a nice stretch through the calf. And come back to neutral. We're gonna lift up and lift with the glute. Come back to hip height. Make sure you're breathing. And bring it on in. We're going to curl those toes under and lift the knees 1 inch. Deep breath in, exhale, right knee to right elbow, stay lifted. Left knee to left elbow, stay lifted. Drop it down. Knees come as wide as the mat. Big toes touch. Sit back on those heels. Melt your chest towards the mat. Never lifting your glutes from the heels just to get your chest to the mat. I'd rather you stay up on your forearms and work on opening up those hip flexors. Maybe use a block here underneath maybe your belly or your chest to keep you lifted. And eventually your chest will reach the mat. But work on getting the glutes to the heels first. Take a deep breath here. And we're gonna round up back to our tabletop and come right into down dog. Lift those hips towards the sky. And just stretch out through those legs and feet and ankles and toes. Pedaling the feet. Stretching the tops of the feet by placing them on the mat. And then check your posture. In down dog, make sure your shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Chest is melting towards the thighs. Maybe you have a bend in the knees. Tailbone lifting towards the sky. And we're going to lift the right leg high. Three-legged dog. Inhale. We're going to exhale, come forward. Knee to chest. Come on back up. Three-legged dog. Inhale. We're going to exhale. Knee to chest. Look forward. Coming into a plank position. Come on back up, three-legged dog, deep breath in. And this time we exhale, knee to chest. Come into your plank. And we're gonna drop that bent leg in the front down. Coming into pigeon pose. From here, instead of bringing our forearms to the mat, we're gonna twist our bodies. Bringing that left elbow to the mat. Right hand comes on top and we twist the torso. Hands come in towards the heart center. And take a deep breath. And let's place that right hand on the mat to come out. Lift that back leg. See if you can grab that heel and pull that foot and heel in towards the glute. This might be a good place for a block to give you some height on that front hand. Gently release that back leg. We're going to slide that bent leg out and turn and flatten on that back foot. Right arm to the sky. And we dip and lift. Dip and lift. Dip and lift. Turn that torso, both hands to the mat. Come back to your plank. And right to down dog. Take a moment to take a few breaths. Stretch out through the legs a bit more. Check your posture. And this time, left leg comes high, three-legged dog. We're going to exhale, knee to chest. Look forward. Come back, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Knee to chest. Shoulders over the wrists. Come on back up to three-legged. Inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. This time we drop that bent leg down. Slide back on that back leg. Hips are square to the front. And instead of placing the forearms on the mat, we're going to place the right elbow in front of that left knee. Placing the left hand on top and aiming to get those hands towards your heart center. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. We're going to place the left hand on the mat to help us come back. I'm going to show you an example of how the block will help here. Place the block in front to give you some height. Open up your chest. You're going to lift that back leg, grab that heel, and eventually stretch those toes and foot into the glute. But by having that height with the block, that will help you in this stance as well. Take one more deep breath. Gently release that back leg. Hands to the front of the mat. We slide that left leg out to the side and turn and flatten on that back foot. Right arm reaches to the sky. And we're going to dip and lift. Dip and lift. Dip and lift. Turn that torso, both hands on the mat. Come on back to your plank. Chaturanga. You can drop your knees down. You can use two blocks in front of your hands to land on. Keep that body nice and straight. We're going to inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower. Flip the feet and open up. Don't squeeze your glutes here. Relax your glutes. Open up through the shoulders. And bend the knees, curl one toe, then the other, and lift. Take a few breaths in down dog. Check your posture. On your next breath in, right leg comes high, three-legged dog. We're going to exhale, come forward, look forward. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, come on forward, look forward. Three-legged dog. Inhale. We're going to exhale, step it wide, coming into lizard. Drop down on that back foot, flatten that foot. And we're going to reach the right arm towards the back of the mat and look back at that hand. Again, this is a great place for a block to give you some height if you have trouble reaching. So place that block in front. We're going to lift that back leg, grab that foot, and slowly sink into that front hip. Gently release. Move that block out of the way. Hands come to the mat. We're going to curl the back toes under and come on back to your plank. Right to down dog. Pedal the feet. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. One more. Check your posture. Left leg comes high, three-legged dog. Big inhale. Exhale. Knee to chest, look forward. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, we're going to step it wide. Lower down on that back leg. Grab that block, keep it handy. Left arm comes around, faces the back of the mat. Look back at that thumb. You can use the block for some height or pop up on your fingertips. Grab that back foot and sink into that front hip. Gently release. Hands at the top of the mat. We curl the toes under, lift up on that back leg. Come on back to your plank. From here, I'm going to turn on my outside of my left foot, inside of my right foot. One foot in front of the other and open up into side plank. Turn onto your toes, back to high plank. Take it to the other side. Turn. Open it up. Come back to high plank and take it to the other side. Open it up. Come back to your plank and chaturanga. Use your modifications if you need them. Breathe in, exhale, open it up. Bend the knees, curl one toe, then the other. Back to your down dog. Pedal the feet. We're going to step one foot up, then the other. Bring those feet in, nice and close. Come into your forward fold. Take a moment here. And let's slowly roll it up. Deep breath in, arms overhead, exhale. Hands to heart. We're going to slowly come into chair pose. Sit back, relax the shoulders. You should be able to lift your toes. And let's twist over to the right. Tighten the core, lift that belly off the thighs, bringing the hands to heart center. Placing all four corners of that right foot on the mat. And see if you can step it back. Gently and slowly. Push back with that heel. Again, keep that belly lifted. Drop down on that back knee, flatten on that foot. Come up to neutral or center, hands to heart. As we sink forward, we twist and tighten that belly. Come on back to neutral. Sink forward, twist, tighten that belly. One more time. Neutral, twist, tighten that belly. Frame that front foot, pop up on the back, step it right up, bring those feet in close together, forward fold. Slowly roll it up. Arms overhead, exhale. Sit back in your chair pose. Relax the shoulders. We're going to twist over to the left, lifting that belly off of the thighs, tightening the core, placing all four corners of that left foot into the mat. And we're gently and slowly going to step it back. Keep that belly lifted off of the thigh and drop down on that back knee, flatten that foot. Come into neutral, sink, and twist. Keep that belly lifted. Come on back up to neutral. You're gonna have to squeeze those inner thighs to lift you up. And twist. One more time, squeeze those thighs. Make sure you're breathing. And come on back. We frame that front foot, pop up on the back, step it up, forward fold. Maybe you ragdoll here. Maybe you hug it in. And then slowly roll it up. Big breath in, arms overhead, exhale. Hands to heart. Pick your wedgies, do all the things. Fix your clothes. All four corners of both feet should be in the mat. In your Tadasana or mountain pose, you should feel super solid in the ground, like a tree stump. No, not a tree stump. Rooted into the ground, you know what I was going for. Okay. We're gonna lift that right knee. Stretch that leg out. Turn, 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 turn. Bring it behind you as we begin to square the hips towards the mat. Airplane arms. Micro bend in that front knee. And we tap. Find your balance. Just talking to myself. Tap that toe and lift. Tap that toe and lift. And step it back. If you need to heel toe into a wider stance, come into your warrior two. Open up those arms. Exalted or peaceful warrior, which is what we need, a lot of peace right now in this world, in our lives. Come on into humble warrior. Keep that chest open. We're not rounding in. We're opening up through that chest. Come back to your peaceful warrior. Deep breath in. Exhale to humble. Peaceful, deep breath in. Exhale. Right to humble. We're going to straighten through that front leg. Then slowly begin to open up into triangle. Like you're right flat up against a wall. Slowly, slowly, slowly we turn, frame that front foot, turn on that back foot. We're gonna step it up about a foot so that the stance is closer, coming into pyramid pose. Knee to nose, and we walk those hands back. Maybe you have a micro bend in that front knee. Feeling that deep stretch in that hamstring and that glute. And we walk those hands up. Come on into a standing split. Hands come in front. Keep that back leg active by pointing the toe. See if you can wrap one hand and then the other around that standing leg. Both hands come back to the mat and we step it up. Forward fold. Slowly roll it up. Reach the arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Coming into mountain pose. Check your posture. This is where you get comfortable. All four corners of that right foot evenly in the mat. Hands to heart. We come right into, oh no. We bring that leg right in front and we turn, turn, turn. Do the best you can until the hips are squared to the mat. And then we come into airplane arms. And then we're going to tap that toe to the mat and lift. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. And we gently come into our warrior two. Heel toe if you need a wider stance. Really coming into the outside of that back foot. Giving us leverage, coming into warrior two. We're gonna come right into peaceful warrior. Big inhale. Exhale, humble warrior, chest is open. Inhale to peaceful. Exhale to humble. Inhale to peaceful. Exhale to humble. One more time. And let's straighten that front leg. Coming right into our triangle. Open up through that chest. We slowly begin to turn. Slight bend in that front leg, and we're going to step up a foot with that back leg. Coming into pyramid pose. Knee to nose, and we walk the hands back. Take a breath here. One more breath. And we walk those hands up, coming into our standing split. Keep that back leg active by pointing the toes. Bend in that rooted leg. See if you can wrap one, and then maybe two around that ankle. Hands come back to the mat, and we step it up. Forward fold. Come into your halfway lift. Big inhale, and exhale, forward fold. We're going to come into tabletop. And if you have your block handy, bring it to the top of your mat. We're going to practice crow pose. So we're going to bring the toes together, just underneath. You want to be able to bring both knees to your armpits, or at least rest both knees on your forearms. Practice gently coming forward. You can lift one foot, then the other. You can also use your block to rest your head on, your forehead. Widen those fingers. Lift one foot and then the other. Use that core, tighten that core, and breathe. Bring one toe down, then the other, and come on out. Ta-da! I know, it's so hard. I've been working on crow pose I had it there for a little bit, and then I don't know, I think I got weaker in certain parts of my body, and it's so much more than strength too. It's really good balance because you're so close to the ground with your face. Yeah. That's one pose that I really struggle with. You'll find a pose that you'll always struggle with. It's a pain in the butt, but that's yoga for you, you know? Let's slowly lay back. It's the thrill though of working at it and trying, and when you do get closer and closer, it feels so good. As you guys know what I'm talking about. Let's bring those legs up high. Arms come out to the sides like a T. We're gonna drop the right leg and open it up to the side and come on up. Then the left. Then the right. As we breathe. Yeah, I've probably been working on crow pose for a good, at least 2.5 years. No, maybe not that long. I would say at least 2 years. Make sure you're breathing. Don't kick your table. I'm just coming out to the side, like maybe 1.5 feet. Not very much. Okay, let's hug it in. And now we're going to do both at the same time. I know, crazy, right? Now you might find it easier for this to tuck your hands slightly under your glutes. And we come down, hover, open, and come on up. Down, open, bring it up. Breathing is essential. These are super hard. Come on, you got it. 2 more. Don't give up now. You did it. Hug it in. See, and that's all we're going to do for core work. Not, just kidding. Almost had to do that. No, we're almost done, I promise. We're going to lift our upper back off of the mat. Both hands come over to the left. Feet are flat on the mat. Chin and chest have some space between each other, so we're not scrunching our chin into our chest. And we're just going to hold it here for 3 breaths. Come on through the center. Hold for 3 breaths. Come on over to the right. Hold for 3 breaths. Back over to the left, 3 breaths. Center. Over to the right. One more time. Come through center. And right. And lean back. Whew, your core should be on fire. Hug it in, give yourself a little massage. Good morning stretch. Oh yeah, you feel that core? Holy moly. Really stretch it good, stretch it good. Oh man. You almost hate me right now. Damn. Don't hate me. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm just kidding. All right, bend that left knee. Cross the right leg over. We're coming into reclined pigeon. Nice, cozy posture after all that hardcore ab work. We're going to wrap the hands around the back of the left thigh. Bring everything in. You can even bring that right elbow to the inside of that bent knee to kind of give it a little push out. Give you a little extra stretch. Try to keep tailbone on the mat if possible. And take 3 breaths. And lower it down. Let's take it to the other side. Left leg crosses over. Feet are flexed. Wrap those hands around the back of that thigh. Pull everything in. Again, that left elbow can come to the inside of that left knee to give you a little additional stretch while keeping the tailbone on the mat. Perfect. Go ahead and lower it down. We're going to windshield wiper the legs a few times. And bring both knees together, feet flat on the mat. We're going to pop the hips over about an inch to the left and drop those knees down over to the right. And now we're twisting, opening up that left arm and look over towards that left arm. And you can bring the top leg so that you grab for that heel, opening up through the chest. And go ahead and bring it back. Come on back through center. Come back and come over to the right about an inch. Drop those knees down. Right arm opens as we twist. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. And again, you can slowly begin to bring that heel closer so you can grab with that hand and open up through that chest. And bring those legs back, one on top of the other. Come back through center. And we're going to come into our corpse pose. So, if you would like to grab a pillow or a blanket as your prop, I highly recommend it. I like to make a little kind of burrito situation out of my blanket. And I like to put it right against my lower back so that when I lay back, it's right underneath my sacrum, which feels really good. Really, really good. And you just kind of spread those legs, spread those arms, get nice and cozy. Melt your entire body into the mat. Start scanning your body for any tension. Release that tension, especially in those really tense spots like the glutes, the neck, the shoulders, the jaw, the forehead. Just relax everything. I'm gonna play my little drum here while you guys just slowly breathe. Be in the present moment. Keep a nice, clear mind. Focus on one thing. I like to picture sometimes just like a little dot. When my eyes are closed, I just picture that dot, and that's what I concentrate on, as well as my breath, to keep from all those thoughts just racing through your mind. I mean, we constantly have thoughts racing. Sometimes you just need to shut it down. Shut the brain off. Let it be silent. Silence is golden. You ever heard that? Of course, because it's true. All right, I'm gonna shut up now. Make sure you're breathing just like we did in the beginning. 4 count breath in, 8 count breath out. Let's slowly begin to gently just wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, just slowly waking up the body gently. and slowly. If you have a blanket or a pillow underneath your sacrum, I suggest bringing both feet to the mat, gently lifting up like you would in bridge pose, moving the object to the side, coming down one vertebrae at a time. And let's come into a seat by coming into fetal position and gently, slowly coming on up. If you would like to end sitting up on your blanket, your folded blanket, or your pillow, or your block, I highly suggest it. It's a great way to open up those hips. It's a great way to end your practice feeling elevated, right? At your highest peak. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down. We're gonna take the biggest inhale we've taken all day. We're gonna hold it at the top. And as you exhale, I want you to release, or at least mentally picture yourself releasing all of the BS that you have going on, and you just want to get rid of it. I want you to visualize you getting rid of it with each exhale. So let's take a deep breath in, reach those arms overhead, hold it at the top, and exhale, release it. One more time, big breath in. Hold it at the top. Release all the bullshit. Hands to heart. I'm sorry if you were offended by that, but that's the kind of yoga practice I'm doing, so I hope you're here for it. Anyways, thank you so much for showing up for day 2 of Solstice. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for showing up for me, for showing up for all of your fellow yogi brothers and sisters. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope to see you continue on this path with me for the rest of June. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.